Posh, mid-sized SUVs are huge business these days, and the full hybrid Lexus NX looks like it's got to be one of the best of an increasingly crowded class. In fact, given that the NX comes with loads of equipment even at the base £36,000 starting price, and given that it comes with that hybrid tech that a lot of people are after if they want to move away from diesel but keep an efficient powertrain, this looks like it could be one of the best alternatives if you're after a classy family SUV. But how efficient is it in the real world, and is it actually a good family car? Of course, the Lexus NX is a full hybrid, or Toyota also calls it a self-charging hybrid. All you need to know is that you don't need to plug it in. Rather, the small battery pack is charged up by the brake regeneration system and the 2.5 litre petrol engine itself. That means that the Lexus will slip into pure electric mode fairly often around town, but only if you keep the speed down, and even then it will only go for a mile or so at a time before the petrol engine will kick in. Of course, that means that you're going to get better economy around town where you can make the most of the electric running rather than out on the motorway. So in urban stuff, like particularly slow stuff, we've actually seen economy nudge up almost towards 40 mpg, but in more varied use and out on the motorway, that dips quite quickly back down towards around about 35. And I don't know about you, but I think I'd be a bit disappointed with that, knowing that there's a whole raft of really excellent diesel alternatives that can do 50 mpg fairly easily. And of course there's also plug-in hybrid rivals like the Volvo XC60 T8, which granted is quite a bit more expensive, but it will do 20 to 25 miles running on electric only. And even when the petrol engine is going in the Volvo, you're still going to see, probably about 30 mpg. So ultimately, I think most people would expect better of the NX. However, in terms of the way it drives, I think most people would be quite happy with it. It's got a 2.5 litre 4-cylinder petrol engine up front, as we've said. It is noisy when you accelerate hard, so it does have a sport mode down here actually. You can give it everything, and it gets quite coarse and noisy. I'm afraid that's fairly trademark for this powertrain, especially with this CVT automatic that Lexus has in its cars down here. But still, stick it in normal mode and you can potter about and it's nice and comfortable. It's not going to be the world's greatest towing vehicle because it will tow a maximum of about 1,500 kilos, so enough for a light trailer, certainly. Generally, it's one of those cars that is absolutely fine, very fit for purpose, just underwhelming really. So for a car that on the outside looks, really edgy, it's got enough creases, it looks like it's virtually pleated or something, this car, the interior actually quite suits that. It lives up to it. It's quite a futuristic looking thing. All the materials feel really nice. It's not the easiest to use, but the driving position's really comfortable. And while the rear visibility is a bit poor, you do get standard reversing camera and rear parking sensors even on the cheapest model, and that really helps out around car parks. In fact, equipment is a strong point with the NX. Even the cheapest model gets heated seats with electric adjustment, leather upholstery, climate control, LED headlights and all the safety aids you could want, including adaptive cruise control. F-Sport adds sportier looks, a powered tailgate and keyless entry as well as sport suspension, while top-spec Takumi comes at a huge £10,000 price jump over the base model, but it does get everything thrown in, including a sunroof, head-up display and more. However, even going for top-spec Takumi and forking out all that cash is not going to get you around the fact that this infotainment system is just not good enough. The way you control it with this touchpad is really infuriating, the menu layouts aren't very intuitive, the graphics are grainy, you can't add Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Honestly, having this system in a car that's, looks so cool, has such a great sound system, it's like going to the cinema and paying for VIP seats and then watching a film on your phone. It's absolute nonsense. It really needs to get better. Still, at least there's plenty of space to get comfortable in the NX. Those in the back will be comfy and have plenty of room, while the 475 litre boot is a good size, even if it does have quite a high loading lip. By the standards of 5-seat executive SUVs, the NX is just fine, if unexceptional in terms of its practicality with no sliding seats or nifty storage solutions in the boot. There are so many motorists out there right now looking for a family SUV that is neither diesel nor a plug-in car, but that still want efficiency, and a very simple process of elimination will lead you straight to the Lexus NX. And that is absolutely fine because it's an affordable, comfortable car that's decent to drive and practical enough. But the real problem is that efficiency is just not good enough in the real world. So, do your maths very carefully before you decide that this is going to save you any money, because there's every chance that a plug-in hybrid or a diesel car might still actually be the better bet for your wallet. Plus, that infotainment is quite hard to forgive, so our money would go on the Volvo XC60 plug-in hybrid, or indeed one of the diesel alternatives in this class. For loads more reviews, news, advice and features on every electric and hybrid car on sale, head to DrivingElectric.com, and also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and check us out on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter.